So, question 13, given quadrilateral ABCD has vertices at A, -2, 3, B, 0, -3, C, 4, 1, and D, 2, 7. Prove quadrilateral ABCD is a parallelogram. Hank wrote the following proof for this problem. Given the vertices of ABCD are at A, -2, 3, B, 0, -3, C, 4, 1, and D, 2, 7, it can be shown that the diagonals of a quadrilateral are segment AB and segment BC. Then the midpoint of segment AD is found at, and they use the midpoint formula. And then they simplified it down to 0, 5 using the midpoint formula. Likewise, the midpoint of segment BC is found at, and then they added the x-coordinates, divided it by 2. They added the y-coordinates and divided it by 2, the y-coordinates of B, point B, and C. And then they simplified to 2, -1. Because the midpoint of segment AD and the midpoint of segment BC are not the same, the diagonals do not bisect each other. Therefore, the quadrilateral is not a parallelogram. What mistake, if any, did Hank make in his proof? Okay, so the very first thing is, I'll just go through each sentence. He wrote down what was given from the quadrilateral, and there wasn't a mistake made. The next thing he said was that the diagonals of the quadrilateral are segment AD and BC. So if we were to draw this goes A, B, C, D. So if I'm just drawing an image, and it doesn't have to have the coordinates exactly, I just know that A starts at one part, and I just start in the lower right. It could start anywhere. It could start up here. So that could be point A, this could be point B, this could be point C, this could be point D. It doesn't matter where you start with this first one, as long as you're moving in a clockwise direction and following the next one that's listed. So started with A, listed B next, so that's what I wrote next, listed C next, so that's what I wrote next, and listed D. So now he's saying that the diagonals are segment AD. Well, I'm noticing that segment AD is actually a side length and not a diagonal, so that's a mistake right there. So I'm going to look for segment AD. So Hank identified segment AD and segment BC as diagonals, but they are sides of the parallelogram. That was his exact mistake.